Hey Doodlers, this is Adam Sosinski and welcome to day 8 of the 40-day How to Doodle course. Within this lesson, we're going to take a look at frameworks. Now, frameworks are used to help give your doodles a little bit more structure. I think initially when you doodle something, you can use frameworks, but later on, once you get proficient at doodling, it'll probably become second nature and you won't need to use frameworks anymore. So for instance, if we look at a framework for a cat. Now this is what I mean by framework. So we use like the visual alphabet, elements of the visual alphabet, and we structure the cat this way, then like that. This is where the foot will go, and that's where the tail will go. So that in itself is our framework. So when I'm starting to doodle a cat, I might say, okay, how can I sort of use the visual alphabet to represent a cat in the simplest possible way? Now, with this, you can then use that as an example and you can kind of go and create more details now. So I can do a second version where I can create details. I'm not going to include that line. I'll kind of maybe include a back kind of like an arc like there, and maybe a bit of a leg, okay, like that, and add some claws. Okay, and then I might add another line here, and again add some claws like that, like that. There's your cat. Another line here, and another line here, and some more claws. So there's my cat, and there's the tail. And then I would obviously add details of the eyes, whiskers, whatever it is. So there's my cat looking this way, and there are my details. And if you want to go overboard, you can add some fur, some lines for fur, whatever it is. So this basically came out of that. It helped me to create a structure for my doodle. And next time I probably won't even need to use this anymore because I'm familiar with how to doodle a cat. But the framework initially helped me. So I was using elements of the visual vocabulary in order to create this cat. But I started obviously first here and then progressed to here. Let's look at another example, say a bird. So if we want to structure a framework for doodling a bird, we might go something like this as the beak. That's where I'm going to put the eye. Okay, the body of the bird is going to be like this here. Yeah, we could probably put the tail, and the tail might be there, the wings sort of there, and that's where the feet are going to go. And so that's my framework for the bird. So I used elements of the visual alphabet. And now in order to actually create the bird, I might start with, say, the beak. Start with the beak, a line, I'll put the head. Okay, there's the eye of the bird. And then I might do the bird like that. Okay, there's the tail, there's the wing. Okay, and there's feet. Oops, bit of a mess with the feet, but it's all good. It's all good. Maybe I'll scribble that out quickly and do it again. Okay, the feet. And obviously he could be standing on a branch. There you go, kind of a chubby bird, isn't he? Okay, but there you go. I guess that's the sort of framework that you can use. So now I understand, okay, well, I can doodle birds like that, and anything that you're not familiar with how to doodle, initially begin with the visual alphabet as you see here. Use these elements of the visual alphabet, turn them into something like this, into a framework that doesn't look much like a bird but has a structure of a bird. And then later on, once you feel uncomfortable, that gives you proportions and everything like that, then you can turn that into this. And when you turn that into this, later on, this thing here will become second nature. Become second nature, and you'll be able to doodle this easily without even a second thought. So I guess that's the sort of structure. I mean, you probably don't have to spend too much time in this area. I think doing this once or twice, and then naturally I think you'll be able to doodle this quite easily. So that's pretty much it for this lesson. I hope this frameworks lesson has been of some value. I would like you to please feel free to submit your doodles for any frameworks that you come up with, and have a look at the challenge. Your challenge for today's lesson is right below, so have a look at that and submit them if you feel comfortable sharing them with others, so others can be inspired by your work as you're inspired with other people's work who have already submitted. And by all means, check out their doodles, check out all the frameworks that have been submitted so far, and see if you can copy them. Copy my ones, copy the ones that other people have submitted. Learn. The more practice you get, the better you get, and the more confidence you will have with your doodles. So that's it for this lesson, and I look forward to seeing you on the next lesson. Take care.